written in my diary, the start of war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player, you ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Juicy, keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my headstone. Here lies him getting paid for. Never take a loss on my headstone. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my headstone.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the New Orleans Saints. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. A big play there on the first play of the game. 62 yards. Our first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing on 3rd down, Hill being chased out left. Hill's hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons say they have it, they do. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Detroit!
Here's Hill now on 2nd down. They complete it to Hill. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. Looking for Gannon. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, he's got to have that wrong, doesn't he? They declined that.
There's no doubt about it. Sorry to step on you there, partner, but let's go ahead and run this one together, right? Incomplete pass, yet they call pass interference, and somehow you're going to decline that penalty?
I'm so confused. Now a play fake here on first down. Going up top. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
22.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On 3rd down, Ryan with a catch right side. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run it again with Kamara. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his second season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys that can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling?
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
All right, now, look at 56.
From the gun, here's Hill. Buying time to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And that one results in 35 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down is Hill. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Vic Beasley. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. A give. This is Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And his kick is right through. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Here's Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. This is Coleman, and he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On 1st down, it's Hill. Fighting to stay upright. Now he's forced out left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
Out of the gun. Hill. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Freeman. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Flush to his right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And he's got the rookie from Alabama, Calvin Ridley. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
We got three, fellas. We got three. 54, south. Check 13. Check 13.
On 3rd down, that's Coleman. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Let's go. Get up.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And he's able to put it through. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. On 1st and 10, Hill. He's going to wind up and air it out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He's going to float this one deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Ryan. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
On 1st down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? you're likely going to have to.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
25, 20, 20. 12.
Ryan will throw again. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Cameron Jordan coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now it's Ginn. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Leopard! No, check, Patriot!
Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
23 yards on the tuck and run.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Philly, here we go.
A final shot before break. Hill. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the 2nd half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Gone! All right, now, look at 56.
On 2nd down, here's Hill. He'll let it fly in the direction again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
All right, now, look at 56.
From the gun on 3rd, Hill. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This will be fielded at the 17. Oh, and now he bowls him over. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Get out! 21!
Coleman now. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Get out! Let's go! Hey, express! Here we go!
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. It's caught by Bryant. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Ryan now 9 of 17 through the air.
11. Gun.
Throwing on first down. Ryan trying to lay one up deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Four down. Slam.
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Check that. Get up! Wait! Here we go!
On 1st and 10, Ryan, the left side completion to Jones. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Let's go! Check.
On first down, Ryan eluding the pressure right. Gets it off to Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Here's Coleman. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Get
The Falcons on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Ito Smith, his first carry. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, if something like that, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Mark Ingram really coming into form in the NFL. First 5 years in the league, didn't have a 1,000-yard season, but he's done it the past 2 years.
Yeah, and I think a couple of reasons for that. Number one, offensive line has been rebuilt, and they put a lot of resources into that, and they've gotten better. Number two, he's had great running mates back there. Tim Hightower 2 seasons ago. Then last year, of course, the sensational Alvin Kamara. And last but not least, the defense is playing so much better in New Orleans. They don't have to throw the ball as much on offense. He can run the ball even more.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Leopard! Leopard! Over!
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards on the ground. This is Kamara. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
All right, now, look at 56.
On first down, Hill. And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. And that was just a fly route. There was no stop. He just went.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to watch because you have to set it up as you go along. Everyone knows he's fast, so you play him for that. That's the number one thing you want to take away. But as you go through a game, sometimes you vary the speed in which you come off the line of scrimmage and maybe start a little bit slower, get him to stop his feet a little bit as a defensive back, and then explode and go as we saw there.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
Let's go.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
That good for 22 and a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. Caught on the right outside by Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Right. Let's go. Space.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. To throw is Ryan. Going deep here for Bryant. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 50 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They go back to the ground with Smith. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Ryan on 2nd down. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8.
Gun.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Hill on 1st down. Forced out. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. goes down. Duke Riley able to drop him for a loss of 4.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Slam. No. Check. Patriot. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's Hill. He was hit, and he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. That's what they've done all game long.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney!
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Back. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
A shotgun snap for Hill. Catch here, left side, Thomas. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw on 2nd down is Hill. flush to his right. Hill shedding the tackle. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. On first down, it's Hill. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vic Beasley in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Detroit! 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 19! Gone! 19!
Here's Hill now on 2nd down. Just keeping the play alive. He's good. This is caught inside the 15. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Hill now to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Again, it's Smith. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Smith. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.